from Isaac and from Isaac, as they call, and Ismail or Ishmael, as they call. So that through that progeny that belief continued. But we Muslims believe that Ibrahim was the first Muslim. Ibrahim alayhi salam was the first Muslim.
What about before him, Adam?
Adam was the first Muslim, exactly.
But the coin, the word Muslim, was given by Ibrahim.
Yes.
Ibrahim alayhi salam gave us the title of Muslim.
Yes.
Who was Sammakum Muslimun?
Yes.
Muslimin, Quran says.
So, which version of the Bible is more closest to this gospel?
Which word?
Which version of the Bible is more closest to this gospel?
Yes, well, none, because they have basic thing that the Christians today have, is that they say that Jesus was, Na'udhu Son of God. Although, I always challenge that you cannot show me anywhere where Jesus said, I am Son of God. You cannot show me anywhere where Jesus said, you worship me. You can't show me that. In fact, when I was giving a talk in the ISNA one day, a couple of years, 3 years back, big gathering, and there was a Christian, there was Muslim, and Christian also was there, was talking, or something. I became a bit emotional, and I said, if you show me today that Jesus said, I am Son of God, I'll become a Christian right here in this room. Come on, show me. It's a challenge. There's nowhere.
It's not in the New Testament, it's nowhere.
No. And also, not only that, also Isa alayhi salam is not the only one who is called Son of God in the Bible. He's not the only one. Yaqub alayhi salam is called Son of God, David is called Son of God, many others. And God says, go and tell him, I am the firstborn, he's my firstborn, he's my begotten. All this to others, not to Isa alayhi salam, nowhere. And even Christians, they don't understand this point. Even Christians, they have their daily prayer. We have our daily prayer, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Surah Fatiha, every prayer. They have their daily prayer which they have to say every day. And that starts with, Our Father in heaven. Our Father in heaven. So we are all his daughters and sons. So he's not only one son. He's our Father in heaven. So what we call Ma'bud, they call Father. But they still say that he's Son of God. Yes. No.
If you're not put in the grave, the grave, are you still asked the questions if you're not in the grave? Like the questions of...
It's a very good question. Give him the mic. I want him to say the question on the mic.
Okay. So if you're not put in the grave, are you still asked the questions like, who is your Lord and who is your prophet and what's your book?
Very good question. If you're not put in the grave, like if you're burned, some people are burned, so it's gone. He has no questions then. It's burned and gone. Actually, the question is not asked from the dead body.
The soul.
The question is asked from the soul.
So is the soul put in?
So the soul stays. Whether you burn the body, or you bury the body, or you throw it like Osama was thrown in the ocean. You throw him in the ocean, the soul still remains. And the questioning is from the soul. So the person who is burnt, he's also asked the questions. Yes.
So this is generally known. So many people say like that, as you said also, that on the day of jurisdiction, this is clear that this will become flat. It is even in Quran. And there will be very hard time. It will be very hot, and it will be very injurious. What about the pious people at that time? Everybody will have to stay there, because our Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not so zalim to put everybody in that situation. So we should be...
The answer is given. The question, do you hear the question there?
No.
No? The question is that I mentioned that on the day of judgment, there's going to be a lot of, I think the battery is finished, is it? Do you hear me? No?
Yeah, we can hear you.
They say no, you say yes. So, what about changing them? What about putting another? Some say yes, some say no. Question is asked that on the day of judgment, I said that there will be a lot of heat and this, that will be a very bad day. So the question is asked, what about those who are good people? Will they also be suffering on the day of judgment like this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shouldn't be doing that. He would not be doing that. The answer to that question is given in Surah Yasin when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna ashab al-jannati al-yawma. Al-yawm. Inna ashab al-jannah. Those who are the people of Jannah. What you say, good people. Al-yawm. Today, on the day of judgment. Inna ashab al-jannati al-yawma. Fi shughlin fakihun. هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب الرحيم. They will be reclining on thrones, and they will be with their spouses. هم وأزواجهم في ظلال, under the shade. There will be shade of arsh on them. Allah's shade will be on them. They will not be exposed to the heat. All this will happen only to the people, those whom Allah forgives, those who are Ashabul Jannah. They will not see any of this hardship on that day. Yes.
In fact, Surah Yasin talks about the sorting. The first aspect of the Day of Judgment is the sorting between the ranks of the good versus the evil.
Yes.
So, I think that stresses that issue.
Yes, you have a question?
Yeah, I have two questions.
Two.
One, which angel was created first? You told about the Adam and the Iblis, they were created first. Like, which angel was created first?
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I don't know. Simple question answers. I don't know. If anybody knows, please tell us.
Nobody knows.
Huh?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
A wild guess will be Jibreel alayhi salam. Wild guess, because he is the head of the angels. But that's not.
So we don't know whether it
We don't
was
know.
Israel or
Pardon?
it could be Israel.
Israel. Maybe. Maybe.
Okay, my other question is about the path you said that is so thin
Sirat,
and
yeah.
walk. Is that symbolic or is something actual, physical?
I believe it's going to be physical. Because it's mentioned.
Nobody can walk on that then.
Oh yes, you can.
I see.
Oh yes, you can. Because you will not be walking through the balance of normally balance is from the ears, right? Your balance is with the semicircular canals.
Yeah.
That will not be there. That balance will be on your amal salihat.
Yeah, you see,
So anybody who has his amal such, our Prophet ﷺ said some of the people will cross like lightning speed. Like lightning speed. They'll cross like that. Others will cross like running. Without caring. Running. They'll run across. Others will walk. Others will balance and walk. Others will crawl. Somebody will fall and come up again. And there is stages, depending on your... But of course there will not be... You don't think that we'll be in this shape, in this body. Body may be like this, but it will be all depending on your amal salihah. To cross or not to cross.
Yeah, but you said at that time it will be separate, basically the ruh thing rather than the body.
No, but because we'll be resurrected. لَقَدْ جِئْتُمُونَا كَمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ I found you today like I created you. So we'll be in this kind of body.
So it will be flesh and blood.
I hope so. I think so.
I mean,
Looks
the
like.
issue is that any physical limitations that we have in today's...
No, we won't have
exist
that.
today will not exist.
No.
So nothing will bear any...
There the limitation will be different.
Yeah, nothing will bear any...
Here the power depends on your biceps, how forceful it is. There the power depends on what you have, how much you have given with your hand. That's where the power lies.
So the same thing which you told that as everybody is telling that this will happen, that day of jurisdiction, and some people will get this.